What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Blues Garage _48. Today we are installing the Mishimoto Oil Cooler for the GR Corolla. Now, I know the temperature is literally like 10 degrees outside, but it's thermostatic, so it's only gonna kick on once the temperature of the oil reaches like 212, but I'm gonna get started to installing it. But first, we unbox it. Let's go. Let's get this thing opened. Wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. All right, so let's open it. Oh, I'm so excited. I always get excited when I open like boxes and everything. Get this out of here. Oh, we got the lines and everything here. Got the actual oil cooler here. What is this? Whoa, it's a thermostatic oil. Why does it come in such a nice box? Like, what the heck? All right, this is sick. All right, cool. Thermostatic sandwich plate. So this is all the hardware and the brackets and everything we're gonna need to mount it to the front. So this is gonna be the adapter that actually gets put on to put the sandwich plate on. More fittings and more fittings, and that's it. That's the whole box. But let's get started. Actually, I need to unbox the box. So I haven't pulled this out yet, so. Oh, here we go. So I got the black oil cooler because I have a black car, and if I got the silver one, I don't really know. Feels like it would stick out, so maybe the black one will stick out more. I don't really care. The black looks nicer, so we're gonna put this on. Oh, this looks cool. All right, guys, I'm getting excited. Wait a minute. Aren't I missing something here? Ooh. Bah. Oh, there we go. That was easy. Oh my God, that was so dorky, bro. First thing I'm gonna do is take off this plastic cover here, take out all these plastic clips, and this will lift right up. So let me get to that. Now that we got the radiator cover off, we're gonna take out this clip, this 10mm bolt, this one, and this one. So let me get to that right now. So onto the side here. So we have a couple clips here. We have a clip here, then we have a clip here. This needs to come popping out this way, and this little clip here. And I think these might have to come out too, these little two. So I'm gonna take them all out, and don't know if we have to take that one out, but I'll let you guys know. So the only ones we had to take out was this little one here. Try to get a better angle. That little one up top, that one can stay, and that one can stay. This one here, because that just holds the brake duct on. This one, big one back here, comes off. Now, what we're gonna do, same thing on the other side. Also, when you get this clip out, just pry a flathead in there and just shimmy it off. It'll come right off. We'll do the same thing on the other side. And then underneath the car, we have a bunch of 10mm that we're gonna take off. And we're gonna take all those off. So let's get to it. So I got the bumper off. What I usually like doing is taking out from here first, letting this pop out, and then doing it on the same side on the other side. Then you have to pop it out under here. So just grab it here and probably right here. So both hands, pop it out. And then same thing over here, pop it out. Get this fog light, get this here, get this fog light, and then the bumper comes right off. I have it laying right over there. It's not touching anything, so we're fine. But now it's time to get to the install. So let's go. So what I'm gonna do next is just take this off here. Easy enough. Then we're going to take a 10mm deep socket, take that off, and then we're gonna take this crash bar off with 14mm all the way around. And once we do that, we can go on to the next steps. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this shroud out. So you take out this little push clip here, And then back there, there is a tiny little clip right there. I think you guys can see it right there. So you basically just press that and it'll unlock the shroud basically. Then next is I'm gonna take the shroud out because we're gonna have to drill into it, and then take this 10mm bolt off. Once this is off, we can start the install. So these are the bolts they give us. Those are all M8s. We're not gonna worry about those right now. Attach it with that bolt we just took off right there, and then attach it into that, attach it into that hole right there. Now that that bracket's installed there, we're going to take the cooler with the ports on the left side, and we're gonna place it on there using the two M8 bolts. So 1 and 2, there's 3 of them supplied. So we're gonna just put this up and then put the bolts in. So now we are left with the 2 M6 longs, the washers and the nuts, and we are going to take the Mishimoto support bracket, and those 2 holes are gonna line up with these 2. So that M8 bolt can line up on the bottom. So let me get to that and I'll show you guys how I did it in a second. So we're gonna start cutting this. The first hole is gonna be around here. Second hole is gonna be right into here. There's a template for it. I'll put it up on the screen right about now. Just cut 2 around there and then you can start drilling it. But I don't really care, so I'm gonna start just drilling it anyway, wherever I think it should be. So now that I cut the 2 holes to a rough estimate, I just used a stepper drill bit. I just went to town. We can install it. So I'm gonna put this back in. Hopefully it lines up. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna make the holes bigger. So let me get to it, because doing it with one hand ain't it. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off that access panel. So once I start running these lines, I can see where it's going, but the lines are supposed to be ran downwards, down through here, below the intercooler piping. So I want to be able to see it down there and pull it through. So that's why I'm going to take that little access panel off, basically just pull it through. Now that I've routed one down here, see right there, I'm going to tighten this one up and I'm going to do the same exact thing. So I'm going to knock these little caps off, knock this little cap off, and I'm going to start tightening it up. So let me get to that, and once I'm done with that, I'll show you guys how I routed it. So to show you guys how I routed this, I have, let's move it out a little bit. I have the top one going above the AC line, right? Then it goes above the upper radiator hose. So upper radiator hose is right there. And then it goes down and under there. Then the bottom one I have going down below the upper radiator hose, right here, through this AC line, so between the 2 AC lines, going down and then below the intercooler, and then it comes right out there. So here's both of them right here. And then, like I said, I can't really see in there. So I got the bottom one underneath the intercooler, top one above the intercooler line, and above the upper radiator hose, and there's no moving parts. The serpentine belt's over here, right there, so it's not near there. The fan is over here, so it's not near any moving parts, so we're perfect right there. So that's how I have them routed. So here is the thermostatic sandwich plate. We're going to put this right on. Goes right on this side. I'm gonna put it on. Want that rubber side up against the engine block. So we're gonna put it on like this, and this will be facing downwards. So the M basically faces to the front. And I like this too because it's got two 1/8 inch fittings. So if you want to hook up like a pressure gauge or temperature gauge, you absolutely can. So that's what I'm doing on the Mustang. Actually, the sandwich plate isn't this nice, so I might upgrade. I might upgrade to this one because this is actually super nice. It has 2 of them already on there. And I'll just run a reducer and no thermostat, because I don't need a thermostat. You run a thermostatic on a turbo car, you might run into problems, but I'm gonna tighten this up and then put it onto the car. So let's get at it. So I'm draining the oil now because I'm doing an oil change as well, but as you guys can see here, I got the sandwich plate on and the adapter on there as well. When I tighten these two up, I made sure the adapter was loose so I can move the sandwich plate around as much as I wanted to. Now, the line going to the top of the oil cooler is going to be going to the front nozzle here. Then the nozzle going to, or the line going to the bottom of the oil cooler will be going to the back side of the sandwich plate. So, I'll repeat, you're gonna want the top of the oil cooler line to go to the front of the sandwich plate and the bottom of the cooler to go to the back of the plate. So now that you got that all done, once you tighten this down, I think you can use a 27 millimeter, but I have a 1/inch and 1/16. So I used the 1 1/16 and I tighten this down all the way so it's not going anywhere. So next thing I need to do is just put the filter on. Of course, put the oil drain plug back in, but put the filter on just like normal, oil, a little bit of oil and whatever. Put that back on, put the access panel back on, and then reassemble the car, turn it on, and time to rock and roll. What is up, everyone? So I'm driving around at a certain speed. I'll be keeping this speed for the other videos that I'm gonna be putting in. So we are at 213 degrees Fahrenheit just driving around. The weather outside is like 35 degrees and they're all taken within the 30-degree band, so in between 30 and 40 degrees outside. But 213 degrees is pretty hot for just cruising around on the highway. So I will be putting in the oil cooler and I will be taking another video so you guys can see what the oil cooler does and how well it works. But this is just the baseline for you guys. What is up, guys? So we have the oil cooler now installed, but something does not look right in the slightest. I mean, 160 degrees Fahrenheit is cold. That's not even that's barely warm. So I'm gonna contact Mishimoto and ask them if this is okay, because I have a feeling it's definitely not. All right, guys, so I got my new thermostat here. It's 185 degree, just like the one that's already in there. 185 degree Fahrenheit, 85 degrees Celsius. So this is ready to go in. But yo, what is up? So I messed up the audio. Anyway, I'm just gonna do a voiceover. Okay, I'm scooting back to the car. Scoot. All right, now we should be underneath the car by now. Jesus. Anyway, I took out the little bung, as you guys can see, and now the oil is coming out where the thermostat is. So the thermostat kind of just popped right out, and I didn't know the orientation until I had to look back at the video, but this is basically the orientation. It's gonna pop right out on you. For some reason, the bung when I took out was stupidly loose, so I gave it like an 1/8 of a turn with a wrench and it immediately started turning. So I turned it with my hand, came out. But yeah, so I'm taking out the thermostat and I'm gonna replace it. So that should be the end. I don't think I did much more than that. I'm not watching the video, I'm just doing a voiceover. So I think that's it. All right, cool. As I'm looking at this and comparing it to the old one, tell me why the old one looks like it's been crimped. I don't know if that's my problem, but I'm gonna ask Mishimoto and see what they say. But so comparing the two of these guys, of these thermostats, this one moves freely, right? This one is like stuck in. So yeah, this thermostat was not working properly at all. And like I said before, they might have destroyed this part thinking, it was a bad part, but somehow made it to production. That's what I'm thinking. Because this thing's stuck in there. Like it doesn't even, it's stuck. So let me get the new one in and see how it works. All right, guys, what is up? So I replaced the thermostat up in that sandwich plate, and we are now reading warmer temperatures, which is a lot better. We are now going from about 160 to 170, so I'm really happy with that. Mishimoto helped out a lot with this, so a massive shout out to those guys. But I'm gonna wrap the video up there, guys. Thanks for watching. Another episode of Blues Garage _48 out.